It's hard to put a place like the old city of Jerusalem in a nutshell, but I will try to show you a snapshot of what this religiously historic city has to offer. Quick pit stop for coffee and such, and we are at an Elvis restaurant, Elvis Rest Area in Israel. The city is separated into four quarters: Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and Armenian quarters. Most of the population resides in the Muslim and Christian quarters. We started our walk through the Old City at the Wailing Wall. It is known as the Western Wall in the Jewish quarter. The wall was originally erected as part of the Second Jewish Temple begun by Herod the Great, which resulted in the natural steep hill known as the Temple Mount to Jews and Christians. For Muslims, it is traditionally the site where the Islamic prophet Muhammad tied his winged steed Al-Buraq on his Isra and Miraj to Jerusalem before ascending to paradise. The Western Wall is considered holy due to its connection to the Temple Mount. Because of the Temple Mount entry, the wall is the holiest place where the Jews are permitted to pray, though the holiest site in the Jewish faith lies behind it. We continued our walk through the Old City. As we passed shops and restaurants, we come across the Via Dolorosa, the Sorrowful Way. It is the processional route believed to be the path that Jesus walked on the way to the crucifixion. The route goes from Antonia Fortress to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. It runs about 2,000 feet. It is a celebrated place of Christian pilgrimage. It is marked with 9 stations and the remaining 5 inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is identified as the place of the crucifixion and the tomb of Jesus. It has long been a major place of pilgrimage for Christians from around the world. This area is also known as Golgotha to Christians. The tomb of Jesus was discovered when the Roman Emperor Constantine I, a convert to Christianity, had the Temple of Venus in Jerusalem demolished to make way for a church. In the course of the demolition, a tomb was discovered that was thought to be the tomb of Jesus. It was initially exposed to the elements until a small building was built around it. In 320 326, Constantine's mother, Saint Helena, made a pilgrimage to Jerusalem where she discovered the relic of the cross of Jesus, the true cross. Christian pilgrims from all over the world visit the church every year. During different periods, the city walls followed different outlines and had a varying number of gates. There are 3 sealed gates and several open gates, including Lion's Gate, Jaffa Gate, Zion Gate, and Damascus Gate. Just outside the gates, you will see the Garden of Gethsemane, Church of Mary Magdalene, and all the way up to the Mount of Olives. The old city of Jerusalem is one of the most intense places on earth. It's the heart of the Jewish, Islamic, and Christian religions, all in less than 1 kilometer squared. It once was the whole city of Jerusalem until about 1860, when the first neighborhood outside the city walls was built. You do not need to be Jewish, Christian, or Muslim, or even overly religious to be overwhelmed with this incredible place. Anyone with a sense of history, spirituality, or human species should be absorbed by the tremendous weight of human civilization that cloaks nearly every part of that city. It is not a deserted museum or a monument, but an inhabited, living city. Humanity's passion play has been a constant revival at this location for most of the length of recorded history, and it will continue to be. We're sitting in the dining room having some lunch after our tour. It was really something else. It's going to be kind of challenging to put that into a vlog, but it was an incredible experience, and we hope you guys enjoyed it.